And for today, I want to explain why Instagram is important, starting off with that, then getting into different strategies on how to grow your accounts and get more visibility and more exposure organically. And then from there, I'll talk about content calendar really quickly. And after that, we could have some Q&A. So today, I am talking about Instagram, and it is one of the most popular social media sites out there nowadays. Instagram is definitely at the top, and it is not slowing down. It keeps on growing and growing, and it has been growing for a while. So Instagram is one of the most popular social media sites out there. That's why I want to talk about it today, just because it does have a lot of users that are pretty targeted, and there's a low barrier of entry with social media marketing or with Instagram in general. Just all you have to do is create a page. You have to go sign up, create an account, and you have a profile. It's not like building a website or doing SEO, which is optimizing your website, meaning you have to build a website and you have to do a lot of other stuff to it. Whereas with social media, you just go in there, create an account, and you're already in there. There's not a big barrier to entry, which is really nice. And that's why I like social media. Is it's more immediate. It's not like you have to invest all this long-term time. I mean, you have to invest time long-term, but it's not as tough as other channels to get into. And it is very cost effective in the long run compared to other channels of marketing. And this is a great way to reach a big audience. I mean, you could reach millions, billions of people are using Instagram. So there's a lot of opportunity out there to reach your target audience. You don't have to reach everybody, but you want to reach whoever is in your niche and try to target those people. So there's a lot of opportunity on Instagram, and it just keeps on growing, and they keep adding more features and adding more functionality to just keep you using it more than the other social media sites, which I will talk about the other social media sites in upcoming classes. Right now, today, I'm just going to go over Instagram marketing strategies, but today I really want to focus on Instagram just because Instagram is the bigger one out there, the more popular one. And even though this is a little outdated, this chart, for anyone that's looking, you can see the growth over since 2010 when Instagram first started. And then from the user base, it's grown significantly and very fast. I mean, within 2 years, it had 50 million followers or users. And nowadays, well, back in 2018, they surpassed 1 billion users. And it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. So definitely look into Instagram if you haven't thought about it, or if you've been thinking about it. I would suggest joining sooner than later. It's just going to help build your trust and build your authority and build up your presence on that platform. So yeah, just be aware, Instagram is a growing platform. It is not slowing down anytime soon. Again, who knows what's going to happen in the future with social media or digital marketing. Everything kind of changes. You never know what's going to happen. But right now in 2020, Instagram is really a place I highly recommend to a lot of my clients when I'm doing search engine optimization for them, just helping them out, saying, hey, we're getting you traffic from Google, but let's also diversify and get traffic from other sources. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify as much as possible and try to get as much traffic as you can to your website or whatever your goal is. If you're trying to get people to your YouTube channel, get those views and subscribers up. But there's lots of ways to drive that traffic, and Instagram is a good cost-effective way. So when it comes down to Instagram, though, there are a lot of different strategies, and there's a lot of different techniques. Everyone has their own. I'll just cover a few of the more important ones that I think are the bigger techniques, because let's give you the most value as possible instead of just going over basic strategies. I'm going to give you some more advanced ones that have worked for me and helped me grow my accounts and grow mine over the years. I mean, I should show you some of my accounts that I've grown. I've grown my own account to, well, my personal page to 20,000 followers, but I have a page for skateboarding that I grew to 340,000 followers organically, never running ads. So these strategies are what I've used to grow my accounts organically. And I'm going to explain everything I've done, because I never ran ads. I've done some like influencer campaigns and things like that, but never ran ads on Instagram, grew everything organically. That's really what I prefer, is just help you get that organic traffic. Of course, ads work, but then you have to spend money. Once you stop spending money, you disappear. So it's not a good long-term strategy. I mean, if you have a budget for it, then 100% go for it. I mean, ads are effective, but if you're just starting off, or if you want to see ways to kind of growth hack your accounts and grow that following organically, this is what I'll show you, because I've done this for myself and for countless other people and shown them how to get these followers or grow their accounts and get that engagement, because followers are great. So all these strategies will help you get followers, which is good. I mean, followers are nice, but ultimately you want to get sales, leads, conversions, phone calls, emails, whatever your conversion goal is, YouTube subscribers, whatever it is, that is the ultimate goal. Followers are great, but it's just short-lived, especially with Instagram or social media. Just think about all the other social media sites that used to exist or still exist, like MySpace. Imagine if you spent all your time and effort building a MySpace page and growing your community on that, and then all of a sudden 5-10 years later, MySpace is just not as what it used to be. So you want to diversify and not just have everything on one platform. And again, followers are great, but it's short-lived. Like when I tell people, when I'm doing SEO and I'm getting you traffic to your website is great, but we have to make sure that traffic converts into phone calls or sales or emails or whatever it may be for your conversion goal. That's really the main thing, is get that conversion goal. But so Instagram, though, it started off back in 2010 with pictures and videos, 15-second videos. Nowadays, they'll do 1-minute videos. I mean, there's a lot of other features in Instagram, but these are just like the basic ones. Is it really just start off as images and videos, and it seems like videos get the most engagement. People want to see content. I mean, that's why Instagram really grew and exploded over the years, is people want visual content. They don't want to just read a status update and text from like Facebook and Twitter. So Instagram with the visual content really drew people's eye with the images and videos, and that's why it's just kept on growing. I mean, you can see a lot of these other social media sites, same thing kind of holds true. When you post content on, let's say, Facebook, you just do a status update, just a text update, you might get some engagement, but if you do a picture or a video, you get a lot more engagement. That's why Instagram really took off and has not slowed down, just because, especially nowadays, people are in a hurry, they're in a rush, they have their cell phones. Quick, easy way to access content on the go is just pull up Instagram and scroll through that feed and see what pops out and learn more about this content. So it really started off just with images and videos, and it's grown to a lot more features, but I'll talk about those in a minute. But ways to grow it are really utilizing like hashtags. So I always try to put hashtags on my content or when I'm doing a post on Instagram. And in the past, well, now you still can use 30 hashtags, but nowadays, if you use too many hashtags and you use the same hashtags over and over again, you get this thing that's called a shadow ban, where you don't show up for the hashtag anymore. So for example, if I use a hashtag Brandon Leibowitz on my post, and if I use that on every single post on Instagram all the time, Instagram might potentially say you're spamming this hashtag, and then they'll block me from being shown on any hashtag. So in the past, I would always say use as many hashtags as you can, use 30 hashtags, but nowadays, I tell people just mix it up. Don't use the same ones over and over again. Maybe use 3 or 5 hashtags per post. Don't use 30 like in the past. Otherwise, you potentially can't get the shadow ban, which is kind of a weird thing. I'm not sure exactly what it is or how to get out of it. I just heard that if you don't show up for your hashtags, stop using hashtags for a while, and then you'll start emerging again. So just be a little wary of the hashtags. Hashtags are great, though. They do get you visibility that no one else would have seen you on. So a hashtag is, for anyone that doesn't know, is when you put the pound sign in front of a word, that makes it a clickable link or a keyword. So people could use the hashtag, as you can see in this presentation. I could just put in the word hash in front of the word hashtag. So anyone that's looking for hashtags would be able to click on my hashtag and go and see other people's that use that hashtag as well and find content related to that specific hashtag. So hashtags are a great way to find new content that you would have not otherwise known about. And it's also a great way for people to find your content they would not have known about. So that's why you want to use hashtags on your content that are descriptive about what your business is or whatever the content is that you're promoting. If it's not for a business, it doesn't have to be business hashtags. It could be whatever it is. But when I use hashtags, though, I always tell people, you got to think of hashtags like keywords, like with SEO. There's short tail, broad keywords, and then there's long tail keywords. So I could use a hashtag, like for myself, I do social media. I could use a hashtag social media, and there's thousands of people that use that hashtag every day. Tens of thousands of people that use that hashtag every day. So there's a lot of people that use it, But what are they looking for with social media? There's a lot of things with social media that people could be searching for, like social media marketing. I want to start a social media agency. I want help with YouTube social media marketing or Instagram marketing. So social media gets a lot of people looking at it, but they're not targeted people. They're really just browsing around. This is called top of the funnel, where people are just kind of searching around on Google or on social media. They don't know what they're looking for. They're just browsing around. But using words that are 3 or more words, these are called long tail keywords, or you could use them as long tail hashtags. These hashtags, less people are going to be using it, but the people using it are going to be more inclined to actually use your product or service or look for the content that you're posting. So instead of just posting a hashtag social media, maybe put like social media or Instagram social media marketing, or social media for Instagram, or just got to get creative. But you want to use more long tail keywords. Anything that's one word, it's a broad keyword or broad hashtag where it's really general. A lot of people are going to be using it, but the people who are using it don't have any intent to really utilize your products or services. Some of those people have intent, but the majority of them are just looking for other topics. So when you do utilize hashtags, just be aware you want to try to find content that has intent, or hashtags that have intent. And if you don't know what hashtags are, if you're getting confused, there's a lot of tools out there that will give you hashtags. Or, I mean, the easiest way to do all this stuff with digital marketing is, I just say, look at your competition. They've done all the research for you. You could look at what hashtags they're using on their posts, because if it's a big company, I'm sure they have a team of people doing their social media. They're not just randomly picking hashtags. They're spending time, they have intent behind those hashtags. So you could look at what other companies are utilizing for their hashtags, get ideas, incorporate them into your own strategy. Or if you are stuck, there's a lot of tools out there where you just search on Google. If you go right now, go to Google, search hashtag generator or hashtag tools, and you put your keyword in there. Like if I'm doing it for skateboarding, I would say, let me put my keyword skateboarding, and then it'll show me hundreds of hashtags related to that one keyword. And then I could pick and choose and see which ones are the most relevant, because again, you don't want to just put any hashtag. Just because a lot of people use that hashtag, that doesn't mean you want to use it. You want to have hashtags with intent. Like, don't use Throwback Thursday, Motivational Monday, any of those hashtags. There's no real intent behind those, and millions of people use those. So even if you did have your content up there, it's going to get lost instantly. So hashtags, utilize them on your content. When you're in Instagram, you could even search by hashtags. And when you're searching by hashtags, Instagram is also going to give you a list of their most popular hashtags that are related to that one hashtag. So that's another way of finding related hashtags, but definitely utilize hashtags. I would tell you to use them on all your social media channels, but Twitter and Instagram are the ones that really made them popular and are the ones that you need to use hashtags on to really start growing and getting new eyeballs on your account. This is what all this is about, is to get new eyeballs. How are you going to get new people to follow you? You already have this existing following. You might have 500 people, 1,000, a couple thousand people that follow you, but you want to be growing. That way, when you post new content, you're constantly getting new people to look at it. Hashtags is one great way to do it. The second way is by being social on social media, which seems pretty straightforward, but not a lot of people are social on social media. Everybody is really good at being at the media side of social media, which is posting content. So social media is not just social media, it's social media. So there's two aspects of it. The social side is being social, engaging with people. I mean, think about how often are you going in and looking at your competitors' followers? If you go in and look at your competitors' followers, you can see who's following your competitors. They're probably going to be interested in your page, or you find people that are using a specific hashtag that is targeted to what you're doing. Go in and start engaging with those profiles. Start liking their comments, following them, commenting, DMing them. Build those relationships. Don't spam them. I'm not saying spam these people. Don't just blindly follow and comment generic content, but actually engage and give them a reason to want to engage with you back. The best way is leaving comments. Go look at some of the content that they posted on their profile. Leave a good, authentic, genuine comment. That's going to get them to probably want to look at your profile, and that's going to get new eyeballs on your profile. So doing that constantly, you don't have to do it all the time, but do it like 10 minutes a day. It's easy enough to do, like when you're sitting around not doing anything, or if you just have a few minutes to kill every day, just go in, look at who's following your engaging or following one of your competitors' profiles, because they're likely interested in your content. They just don't know about you until you help drive that awareness to your page. So that is the biggest, or the way that I've really grown my accounts and clients' accounts, is really by being social on social media. That is the best, safest, and quickest way to build a following. I mean, doing that, I was able to grow my accounts to hundreds of followers a day by being social and engaging with people. Also, one other thing I should have mentioned with the hashtags is create your own hashtag, and then you can engage with the people that use your hashtag. So I created a hashtag, and it's just a really generic word, so it's a company name. So I made a page on Instagram for skateboarding, doing it for SEO. Not that many people are going to be interested. They're going to be like, I don't want to follow you for SEO, but for skateboarding, sports works really well on Instagram. So I made a page, and it was called Shadowban, Shralpin, which is pretty unique. Nobody else had that name. So I was able to tell people, use the hashtag Shadowban and I'll feature you on my page. But also, if they use the hashtag, I'm going to engage with them because they're actively using my hashtag. And by doing that, my hashtag Shadowban, Shralpin, has, a couple days ago, it surpassed 500,000 people that use my hashtag, which is pretty crazy. I did not think my hashtag would get that big on Instagram, but it's grown to 500,000 people have used my hashtag, which is pretty crazy. But that means there's 500,000 people. 500,000 people don't follow me, but this is 500,000 people I've used my hashtag, where I can engage with these profiles, start liking their content, because maybe they used the hashtag to try to get more followers, but they didn't follow me. They just use hashtags. A lot of people, they just use hashtags to try to build a following. They're not always going to be following your account, but if you can see people that are using your hashtag and engage with them, they're going to be like, wow, this company, this brand, this person actually engaged back with me and let me actually follow them and start engaging with them more often. So it works really well, using the hashtags, creating your own hashtags, and then adding them, and then being social with them on social media. I mean, it works really well. So everyone should incorporate that. I put that in my bio. So on my Instagram bio, I say, use this hashtag Shadowban to be featured, or whatever the hashtag is that you want to put in there. You could use any hashtag that you want. Get creative, but try to find something unique, because if it's a word like social media marketing, I mean, everyone's going to be using that. So you got to get something unique that's for you, that only you would be using, and then you start spreading the word. And you could use that hashtag on your posts. I would use it in the past. I would say use it on every post, but now you want to use it sporadically. You don't want to get that shadow ban, which is a weird thing. It pops up. It's kind of ambiguous. Not too many people know about it or what it is, but we have seen in the past where people don't show up for hashtags. So we know it does exist, the shadow ban. There's just not much about why or how to get in it, or what causes it, or how to get out of it. It's really strange. So just be careful with the hashtags. Don't spam them. And with Instagram, though, you do have a choice of a business and a personal profile. So business or personal profile, it's not really that important what you pick. I would go with the business profile because you're going to get more data from it. But in terms, I mean, I see lots of brands that just want a personal profile because they think they get more engagement off a personal profile versus a business profile, which I'm not sure. I've tested switching back and forth because engagement is not as much as it used to be, which is something I'll talk about in a minute, the engagement with Instagram. But business versus personal, the only main reason why you want to get a business account is for the analytics. So you could see data about your posts, see how much engagement your posts are getting, where this engagement is coming from, how people are finding you. Are they finding you on the explore page? Are they finding you through hashtags? Are they just followers of you? How are these people finding you? What days of the week are the most popular? What's the demographics of your audience? So in Instagram analytics, there's a lot of information in there. I would definitely play around with it if you have a business profile. If you don't have a business profile, you might want to switch over. You just have to go into settings and you could switch over to a business profile, and then you get more data. The main reason that Instagram wants you to do a business profile is because then you get access to ads. Ads is the only thing that Instagram cares about. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Facebook only cares about ads. And Facebook bought Instagram so they could have more ads, because Facebook knew that they were on the decline, that not as many people are going to be using Facebook in the future. Just like MySpace, they saw it happening, where it's eventually going to happen. And Facebook still is the second most popular website out there. So don't think that Facebook is not what it used to be. Facebook still is the second most popular website on the internet. Google's number one. Facebook and YouTube actually switch off every day between number 2 and 3. So Facebook and YouTube switch off, but Facebook is still one of the biggest websites out there. Not as many people are posting on Facebook as they used to, but people still use Facebook and log in and check Facebook. So Facebook wants to still maintain being one of the biggest social media sites. And they know in 5-10 years from now, they're not going to be what they are. But Instagram is a great buy for them. So Instagram is a way for them to keep having revenue in their pockets. And that's why they have the ads on Instagram, because that's how they make all their money. Once you have a business profile, you'll start having this little blue box underneath all your content saying, boost this post up, spend money with us, advertise. That's really what they want you to do, is spend that money, help their stock prices go up. So advertising is what they really want you to do, which it works. It's just not what I would prefer to do. If I could get you up to organically and avoid paying for ads, then let's do that organically. But business page, personal page, Instagram doesn't charge you for it. It's all free. If you have a personal page, you could switch it over to a business page. You're not going to lose any of your followers. Everything will be transferred over. So you can switch back and forth. You can go from business to personal and back and forth. There's no real issues there. I mean, I don't think you want to do it too frequently, but you can go back and forth, and it's not a big of an issue. And so unfortunately though, with Instagram though, yeah, the organic reach has dropped a lot. That's why they make a lot of money off their ads. They say, we're not showing your content. So on Instagram, you do a post on Instagram. If you have 100 people that follow you, in the past, all 100 people that followed your account would see your content. Nowadays, with the Instagram algorithm, it's not chronological, which it used to be, which was great. People wish they would bring it back to the chronological order instead of the algorithm, but Instagram has their algorithm to make money, because they know if they show you content that you're constantly engaging with, you're going to want to watch or look at Instagram more often. You don't want to just see everybody's content that you're following, because sometimes it's not going to align with what you want to see or hear, and then you're going to leave Instagram. But if they only show you what you want to see and only what you want to hear, they're going to keep you on that profile longer. And then there's going to be more ads, and they hope that you're accidentally going to click on ads and help them get more advertising revenue. It all comes back down to advertising dollars, unfortunately, with Instagram. And some other techniques and strategies that I would try to utilize. So these are a little bit more newer, advanced strategies, like Instagram stories is a feature that came out a few years ago. So Instagram and Snapchat hate one another. They're big competitors. And Instagram was losing a lot of market share to Snapchat. And they were just like, how can we stop this bleeding? How can we keep people on Instagram and stop them from using Snapchat and Instagram, or have people that use Snapchat stop using Snapchat and start using Instagram? Let's incorporate what Snapchat has on Instagram. So Instagram pretty much just copied what Snapchat has. They copied the stories. So these are now called IG stories or Instagram stories. Snapchat stories or snaps, same thing. They're 15 seconds on Instagram, and they get deleted after 24 hours. And you can put as many stories up as you want. This is more just for kind of throwing stuff up there that you're not going to care about, just quick snippets of information. Whereas when you're posting on your page, you want to make sure you have good quality content. But Instagram stories, you can just throw up quick stuff, snippets of information. Or you can even post on Instagram stories, say, check out my most recent post, to drive traffic from the stories to your posts. Because really, Instagram doesn't show your content to everyone that they used to in the past. You had 100 followers in the past, all 100 followers would see your content. Now maybe like, I'd say 50% of the people that follow you see your content. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but it's dropping and dropping because Instagram wants you to spend money on ads. If your content's not being shown to everybody, you're going to be like, all right, how can I get my content shown to everyone? Boost that post up, pay for those ads. But if you could drive traffic from the stories to your profile page, you definitely would take advantage of that. So use IG stories, try to utilize them, because what happens when you log into Instagram? Anyone that uses Instagram, when you log into Instagram, what do you see? The first thing you see in that feed, you see the feed of everybody's content. But above that, what's above the feed? Those circles, which are all the Instagram stories. So the IG stories are always at the top, always at the top. Instagram is pushing these stories. They want more stories because they want to go back to their shareholders saying, look, we have 10 million stories every day. Snapchat only has 9 million stories. We're beating them out. Again, Instagram and Snapchat are competing right now. So taking advantage and using stories is going to help you get a competitive advantage on Instagram, because Instagram wants to reward you for using stories. So they're going to feature those stories above the normal content on Instagram. Also, I feel like stories do get a little bit better engagement, because again, engagement is dropping on your profile page. But I feel like, again, this is just me on my accounts, but everyone's account is different. But I see that I actually get a little bit more engagement on Instagram stories than on my normal content. So try to play around with stories. Stories, they keep adding features and fun stuff on it to try to get you to use it. There's like polls, there's like the face filters, just like Instagram, Snapchat has. So again, they're copying Snapchat to get you to leave Snapchat and go on Instagram, because they could do it. Unfortunately, they're just, just stealing all that straight from Snapchat, and Snapchat is feeling the pains. But IG stories are very powerful. So if you have more than 10,000 followers, I'm not sure, has anyone seen Instagram stories where it says swipe up? So if you have more than 10,000 followers, you could do these swipe up stories, and that will drive traffic to whatever page you want. You could have a swipe up story go to your website. You have a swipe up story go into your profile, to someone else's profile. But these swipe up stories are so powerful. You do have to get to 10,000 or more followers, but once you get to 10,000 followers, you get this new really, really powerful feature. So you have to have a business account as well. So you have a business profile, and then you get to 10,000 or more followers, you get swipe up stories, the most powerful feature on Instagram, because Instagram does not want you to leave Instagram. Instagram keeps you on Instagram. They don't want you to leave. They purposely make it so there's no clickable links except for your bio link in your profile. That's the only clickable link. Everything else is just text. They don't want you to leave Instagram. They want you to stay on that ecosystem. Even if you do click on the bio link, it just opens up in a new profile or a new section in Instagram. You're still on Instagram, so you never fully leave Instagram. Instagram never wants you to leave. But once you get to 10,000 or more followers, you could do those IG stories, the swipe up stories. And so my account, my skateboarding account, has 340,000 followers on Instagram. My profile link only gets about like 20 clicks per week to my profile, my bio link, which seems kind of low. Like my profile has hundreds of thousands of followers, but my link only gets clicked 20 times a week. That is not that much. And I'm sure everyone else could see those stats in your analytics. How often are people clicking on your bio link, which everyone could see? You just have to go into analytics in Instagram, and you can see all that data and see how many people are. I mean, you want to learn this this stuff is all out there. You just have to look for it and play around with it. You're not going to break anything. Just spend some time in Instagram just clicking on everything and learning about it. But when I do these IG stories, swipe up stories to my website, I'll get 200 people to my website in like 30 minutes. These stories are so powerful. These IG swipe up stories are insanely powerful. Not many people utilize them, or they're underutilized by a lot of people that have 10,000 or more followers are not utilizing them as much as they should. I tell people, use that IG story once a day if you can, with the swipe up link. If you can, I mean, you'll see you're going to get a lot of traffic to your website, because Instagram does not want you to get traffic, but that does get you traffic. IGTV is Instagram's long form version of content. So again, Facebook owns Instagram, and Facebook videos are really popular on Facebook, but Facebook is slowly on the decline. And Facebook's like, how do we keep these long form videos? These videos are like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They don't work for Instagram. So they recently created IGTV, which is long form video. So if you do have any content, long form video on YouTube or Facebook, take those videos and just add them to IGTV. You already have that content there. Just add it there, because Instagram, any of the IGTV stories are always put at the very top of Instagram. Again, Instagram wants to push more people using these features. So I feel like these features get more engagement rather than using just a normal stat or normal post on your feed. Using IGTV or the stories. Same with going live. Going live is another feature that Facebook has, and Facebook again is like, let's add this to Instagram. So you could go live to all your followers and you could engage with them. You could have question answer sessions. There's a lot of cool features on Instagram that I would recommend everyone play around with. But IG or going live is a really fun one. It's a cool one that people should take advantage of. But giveaways are a really powerful one that not too many people take advantage of. So engagement has been dropping, but a good way to get engagement is with giveaways. People want free stuff. So my page, again, it's all about skateboarding, but I'll go in there and I'll work with different companies and we'll do these giveaways where we'll give away some skateboards. And the way we do it is we set this giveaway up saying, if you want to enter this giveaway, follow my profile, follow the company that's giving away the product, then like this post, but then tag 3 friends in the comments, meaning use the @ and tagging 3 friends means those 3 friends that they tagged in those comments are going to get a notification saying your friend tagged you in this post, and that's going to get them to look at your post, and that's just going to get this whole snowball effect of new people coming to your page. But also Instagram sees that people are engaging with your content. That drives up engagement. The more engagement you get on your content, the more Instagram is going to show you content to those people. The way Instagram's algorithm works is if I if I go and like one of your pictures, you're going to start showing up in my feed. If you're wondering why you don't see content from one of your friends from a long time ago, go look at their profile and go like 1 or 2 of their most recent pictures or videos, and you'll see their content's going to start showing up in your feed. And Instagram kind of custom tailors it to what you want. They want you to have this perfect little picturesque time in Instagram where all you see is what you want. That's all they're showing you, and then ads to get you to give them some revenue. But these Instagram giveaways work really well, and it's a great way to work with brands and build yourself up. I tell people all the time, if you don't have a big following, you could go on Instagram and start messaging these brands. And I just use a template. Like I use the same message to all these companies saying like, hi, my name is Brandon. I love watching or love your content, or I love your products. I was wondering if you want to do a giveaway. Here's some other giveaways I've done in the past that have garnered thousands of comments and hundreds of followers. I was wondering if you'd be interested in doing the same. And it usually works. I mean, it doesn't always work, but a lot of them will say yes. And then we kind of cross collaborate. Then you can even build relationships, which is the next part, which is sharing other people's content, where I could say, all right, I'm going to post content on Tuesdays. I'm going to repost your content that you post on Tuesdays on my profile to help you get more visibility. And then you're going to repost my content that I post on Wednesdays on your page. So it's like we're helping one another out. I'm going to repost your content. You're going to repost my content. Even though we might be direct competitors, we're still competing against big corporations or big platforms out there. So anyway, we can do help out and interact and build these relationships with others in your industry. It's going to be great. So I try to find people that are similar in size to what your size is. Don't try to find big accounts. Like I'm not going to try to find pages that have millions of followers. They're just going to skip me over. They get too many of these messages every single day, but find accounts that are similar in size. If you have 5,000 followers, find people that have 5,000 followers. If you have 20,000, find people that have 20,000. If you have 100,000, go for people that have 100,000. And you'll see, you'll be able to build these relationships with other people in there and get that going. And it's pretty awesome. These relationships that you can build with social media, it's really unique. So, but sharing other people's content, just make sure you give people credit. Don't take other people's content without asking. The best way to do this though is when I'm kind of stuck on content ideas, I'm just like, well, what do I post? Which I'm sure everyone kind of gets stuck. Like, what do I post? I've already posted everything I could think of. I don't know what to post anymore. So I'll just go into Instagram and look at and I'll search for people that use hashtags that I like. Like if I'm doing skateboarding, I'll put in skateboard videos, see what videos appear on Instagram's hashtag. And then I could see which ones, because Instagram separates the hashtags into the popular hashtags and just the most recent hashtags. So I'll look at the trending hashtags for the word skateboarding and see which pieces of content got the most engagement. And I'll look at I'll look at comments and see which content got the most comments. Take that content, make sure it's relevant and good for my audience. Take that content, repost it on my own page, give that person credit, and then I'm going to get a post on my page I know is going to get engagement because it's gotten engagement for this other person. It's more than likely going to get engagement from my page as well. So post it on your page, give that person credit. They're probably going to reciprocate the favor and say, thank you for giving me this shout out. They're going to take a screenshot of it. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. I've had accounts with 1 million followers reciprocate the favor just because I gave them a shout out. They shouted me back out, which I was not expecting. So you never know what's going to happen or when you do this content. So just be aware. You never know who's looking at that stuff. And these big brands and big accounts will engage back with you. Within social media, it's a great way to get that engagement. So now we're getting to the end right now. So I'll open it up to some Q&A. Just a couple more things I want to just say lastly is a content calendar is making sure that you do have a content calendar just to stay organized and stay scheduled, which is just essentially a calendar. You just search on Google for content calendar templates, and this is just a visualization letting you know, like, Mondays I'm going to do giveaways, Tuesdays I'm going to post a picture, Wednesdays I'm going to do videos, Thursdays I'm going to share a blog post, Fridays I'll do testimonials, Saturdays I'll repost someone else's content. So kind of helps you stay organized and stay ahead of everything, and really just improves your efficiency. And so again, I'll open up to Q. I see a few questions coming in, like, can I tag celebrities? You could tag anybody. You could tag celebrities, you could tag whoever you want, big brands. The bigger the company, they're probably not going to see that notification because a celebrity gets thousands of people tagging them every minute probably. So they might not see it, but you could tag anybody you want, I mean, potentially. And I see Dan, his Instagram posts like having a backlink for SEO. So Instagram, social media does not help out for SEO. So SEO is search engine optimization, which is ranking your website higher in Google. Social media, unfortunately, is not going to help out. I wish it did, but it does not. Lynn was asking, can you post from Instagram on your computer? And yeah, you can actually post from Instagram on your computer. I try to schedule everything out, like I was saying with that content calendar, but I'll use tools like Onlypult, Onlypult. So you can't go on Instagram.com and upload a picture from your computer, but Onlypult, and there's a lot of other tools, scheduling tools, that will let you schedule all your content out ahead of time, and you can sit on your computer. And that's what I usually do is I'll sit on my computer for like 6 hours and schedule out all my content for the next month. So I don't even have to worry about it. I just sit back, relax, and let that automatically post. And then anything newsworthy or topical, then I'll go in there and manually post. And then I'll also be engaging. Then I could spend more time engaging instead of having to worry about posting every single day or every few days. Now I can just go in and start engaging with the comments and engaging with the DMs and building new relationships. Really build new relationships. That's a big thing with social, is build relationships. And if you're constantly worried about posting every single day, you're not going to have time to build those relationships. And so the tool that I said was Onlypult. I'll put it in the chat. So Onlypult. Oh, and you have to pay for it. There's other tools out there. Hootsuite used to do it, and Buffer used to let you schedule on Instagram. They took it away. I don't know if they brought it back or not, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But I know Onlypult for sure 100% works. And Instagram stories, Carolyn is asking, it's 15 seconds or less, but you could have them longer, and they'll just go into multiple stories. So you can make a story as long as you want, but really it's best to short. Again, people don't want long form content nowadays. People want quick, instant gratification. So if they're watching your story and after like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, you don't hook them, they're going to go on to the next story because there's so many options on Instagram. So it's kind of, it never ends. So Instagram stories, you can make them as long as you want, but Tracy was mentioning Sprinklr is another scheduling tool, and you could schedule, GT is saying you could schedule with Hootsuite. So, okay, great. Yeah. If you could schedule with Hootsuite or Sprinklr or Buffer or whatever you want, but I prefer to schedule everything out. Having a content calendar makes things a lot easier, less stressful, because a lot of people get overwhelmed with social media. Just like, I have to be on all these social media sites, I have to be posting all the time. But if you schedule everything out, it makes life a lot easier and more manageable. So see, Karen was asking what is the best practices about brands and personalities following back. I see a lot of brands with 5 million followers and they follow maybe 25 people. So yeah, I mean, bigger companies, I mean, following, that's kind of up to you. If you want to follow a lot of people, you don't want to follow anybody, but following people does get people to follow you back. So I try to follow people and targeted people, and I usually try to follow maybe 1,000, 2,000 people the most. You don't want to follow, I think the most you can follow is 7,500 people, but you don't want to be following that many people. That's going to look really strange. So you want to keep that following number down. You want to have more followers than you're following. Otherwise it looks really weird. So try to keep it as low as possible, but you don't have to make it 0 or 5. I mean, yeah, there's no specific rule or anything like that. And Jeffrey was asking the biggest question, which, how do you turn followers into sales? That is the golden question that everybody wants to know. How do I convert them? And with Instagram, unfortunately, they do kind of lock you in Instagram. So it's tough to get people off of Instagram. But the swipe up story, if you have more than 10,000 followers, is a great way to get people off of Instagram and get them onto a landing page on your website with a good call to action, a good conversion goal. But if not, you could just have your bio link, and in your bio, so your bio on your profile, I forget how long it is, but you could have like a couple sentences in there. So in that bio, put a good call to action saying like, call today for a free consultation or free shipping, or click below to get access to my favorite tools, or whatever you can do to give them that incentive to click on that bio link. When they click on that and they go to a landing page on your website with a good call to action, it makes sure it's mobile friendly, because 99% of this traffic is going to be coming from mobile. So you got to make sure your landing page is optimized for mobile conversions. If it's not, you're going to lose those sales. But yeah, that's a whole nother topic where I could go on and on about like setting up sales funnels and conversion goals, all that stuff. But that is the most important. So see a few other questions. So yeah, you can also tag your products on Instagram, which is pretty nice. So if you have Shopify, you can click and your products will appear there, but you have to have products. If you're not selling a physical product, that's not going to work to drive followers into sales. But if you have an e-commerce website, you can do like the little click on the profile picture and then it says shop here, and that's all done through Facebook ads. It's all advertising. So if you want to look into that, you could implement that. And I see a question about when you include a link on your Instagram post, is there a way that you could directly click on the link rather than selecting copy and paste? And unfortunately, the only clickable link is your bio link or that swipe up story link. Those are the only ones that are clickable, or the products where you tap on them. Yeah, Caroline, you could upload pictures, videos to Instagram. And I see a question, how would you social engage by people? By looking at your competitors' followers. So I engage by following my competitors' followers, engaging with them, targeting them, liking their comments,